There we go. 257 and 260. Woo! Finally. Although I say finally, it's only day 15, so it actually was relatively quick. All right. I wonder, is it gonna make me do Limina before I do 6th job? Hello. So last week I told you this was going to be the hype week, and last week was the setup episode. Turns out this is also the setup episode because nothing super exciting happened. We made some pretty good gains, but they were all kind of boring, you know, cubing higher percentages, things like that. No new gear or anything. We did make a lot of progress though. I also had an insane crash out due to High Mountain that made me laugh thinking back on it, so I'm going to include that as well. But next week, for real, is going to be the hype episode because the event starts. So, actually the event starts tomorrow when I'm editing this. So, look forward to next week. Also, on the last episode, I was thanking you guys for 100 subs, and now we're almost at 200. So thank you guys for that. Wonder what he looks like under that cloak. This is still one of the coolest looking fights in the game. Those little chains that come out are so cool. He's weak to spotlights. My strategy is to get hit by everything. I'm gonna die so many times when I actually attempt this fight. Oh no, it's gonna be loud. I kind of want to. Oh my! Whoa, that made me jump. Okay. I feel like I just got hit with a baseball. What was that? That made me jump. I was playing dodgeball and someone spiked it at my head. Alright, looks like it's gonna make me do Limina first. So, that's fine though. That's fine. We'll get there. It's gonna be prequest after prequest again. I love Orchid. Man, Story Dark now's a joke. Easiest fight of my life. Does this still do a full map attack and hit you? Bro, I'm so happy Flying Fish lived too. He really is the GOAT. I'm gonna cry during this part. Don't say goodbye, Flying Fish. Alright, I'm gonna do 100 hours of research to get the full lore and make a video about it. But this moment will hit a little bit harder. We have completed Limina. My pets are starving to death. And I'm here talking. What if there was a way for them to just eat on their own? Nexon, I have an idea. Give it to us for free. I'm not spending $3 on it. Alright. Now we have... Oh, we have Aftermath first. Except you'll move to... Wouldn't you like to know what happened after the Black Mage fell? I don't have a choice. So I guess, yeah. It's just a picture of that, that picture people use for, like, Utopia, when, like, the meme picture. With the flying car and the globe thing.
What brings you here?
That's Kaiser? I thought that was Kyle. Wait. I don't mean to be a lore nerd right now. But if we shoot back to episode 1, she called him Kyle, not Kaiser. I'm actually going to read this part. I'm curious.
Hey, Angelic Buster. I came to see Tyr, but I guess that's not happening.
So Tyr, I think, is just the human version of Angelic Buster. We don't let her out. We're kind of like Venom, but there's no Eddie. It's just Venom.
What brings you here?
Me? Oh, I was looking for Tyr too.
Wait, okay, maybe I got the lore wrong. Maybe I don't know what's going on. I'm pretty sure she's also Tyr, though.
Yeah, I haven't seen her around. She's probably off
Oh, yes, see? I told you! Man, I know AB lore. Don't test me. Wait, so he doesn't know we're the same person? Kyle. Well, he just doesn't. Kyle's just dense. So, the Venom analogy wasn't completely correct. His Tyr doesn't look like she wants to escape. Can you just call him Kyle? I need confirmation. See ya later, Kyle. He's not gonna say it. Bro, everyone's calling me Tyr. Kyle! See? I said it. I said it. So, their Nexon writing department, go ahead and hire me. His name is not Kaiser, it's Kyle. Wait. You want to know what's probably happening? Tyr probably calls him Kyle. Angelic Buster calls him Kaiser. But when in private, she just calls him Kyle because she is Tyr. I figured it out. Alright, I'm not invested anymore. We can skip the rest. The start of Grandis. This is when he splits the sea, like Jesus did. In 1206. Man, this is going to be a really boring episode, isn't it? Now we got to start Grandis. This is going to take... We're currently actually exactly 59 minutes into Prequests. It's actually not as bad. So let's see how long Cernium takes. I imagine it's going to take forever. Look at this bird. Alright, there we go. Cernium symbol. Oh, here are the dailies. Beat 500 monsters. This is going to take a while. Alright, I'm going to do these dailies real quick. Actually, I'm going to redeem this set of symbols first. I might save one just in case I hit 265, but I'm going to redeem one right now. One extra level. We love that. Alright, I'm off to do my dailies. Alright, the only way I can really kill the mobs here is when Spotlight's up, so we are done with the dailies now. I'm going to actually keep training while Spotlight's up, though, so I can get my Arcane Stone experience. I should just go finish the daily, because it's going to give me enough to do full damage. Oh, that didn't level me up, I lied. Wow, it requires a lot. Alright, this is the last stone. It was surprisingly quick. I'm, what am I, 40 minutes in? Spotlights came in clutch, because it can full clear the map. If it wasn't for Spotlights, I feel like this would take forever. 99. 100. Alright. Let me just make sure that's all the stones. It looks like it. That's it. That was a cool animation. Alright. I don't need her to explain it to me. Ugh, I pressed yes. She's explaining it to me. I'm gonna watch a YouTube video. I don't need it. Sorry, sugar. Some guy on YouTube can explain it 10 times better than you can. So this must... Oh yeah, this is my origin. Alright, I have to see it real quick. Oh, it... No way! It plays the Korean version! I was just talking about how I prefer the Korean version. I'm so happy that they play it during that. That's so cute. So what does this do? Oh, that's so cute! The Soul Seeker temporarily changes to cheering balloons. I'm gonna have to go on a map and look at that when it's off cooldown. That's so cute. Alright, I'm gonna go watch a video about how to work this, and I'll be back after. Alright, so I know it's probably best practice to get fragments here, but I want my 6 job skills, so I'm gonna take the Soul Urda. Oh yeah. I forgot. This will be level 40. Alright, so I threw Trinity, a random Trinity note I had in. Probably could have did a better one, but that's okay. Just to make sure that we can get it. So. Then I will get Soul Seekers at... Wait, what? Oh. So, I guess you can't do that. It probably has to be... You can't use the boost things. And I have plus 15 coming from that. So I'm a little far off. So, no 6 job for a little bit. Alright, so we're taking fragments. So I'm claiming these here. I was going to try to wait, but it's going to take me forever to get to the next zone if I can't kill. A lot of money. And tomorrow I'll get the next level. But at least I'll do full damage to those $1 now. Alright, I've begun a Hoyoung. Today, I'm going to do a Hoyoung and a Lara. To hopefully help my AB train. Then at some point, I want to do a Shade. Someone mentioned that Shade and Hayato had crit damage blocks. Those will be level 200 though, so debating saving those for a burn. We'll see. I wouldn't mind leveling a Shade by hand. I don't remember if I liked Hayato or not though, so I'd have to think about that one. I do remember liking Hoyoung though. This was one of the classes I considered for my main. But I also haven't played it pretty much since release, so I don't really remember much. Alright, one more level. Hopefully this gets it for me. I don't think it will. I think I'll need to do one more quest. This was really fast though. Alright, there we go. 120. That is the Hoyoung done. On to the Lara next. Alright, time for a Lara. I refuse to make a male Lara. This kind of sounds like Morgana from Persona 5. No, I'm not on screen. But I am about to hit 120. And I'm not feeling putting myself on screen right now. I just want to get this over with. Also, I'm sure you noticed it's the next day. Did not finish this character yesterday. The goal is hopefully leveling up Lara and Hoyoung. That I will be able to one-shot in Cernium soon. So that is the end of that. I'm going to hop back on my AB to do my dailies. Watch this. Like I said. Watch this. Ah, whatever, we got it. Been in this burning Maplestory Prequest for a good 30 minutes. It's very, very slow. I have lost all hope of being able to train my Angelic Buster. Even with the 2 new Link skills, I am about 5-shotting with Celestial Roar and 4-shotting with Trinity. So my kill rate is about like 120 mobs a minute. It's really bad. So I don't really have a way of progressing my AB right now. So unfortunately, it's looking like it's going to be... Oh, I think I actually just finished it. I did. Okay. So it's looking like it's going to be another week of... Wait, did I finish it? No, I don't think I did. It looks like it's going to be another week of doing Links in Legion. I had some hope that the Lara and the Hoyoung would be the solution, but they were not. It was a pretty big ask, though. It did bring me down from like 7-shotting to 5-shotting, though, so... I mean, yeah, look at these. That was like 9. Let's count, just for fun. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 shotting. 9, 10. That one took 10, so yeah. Depends on what my orbs hit. So 10 shotting. Which you can probably imagine. Kill rate kind of takes a hit when you're 10 shotting. These are completely different mobs, though. Not the ones I'm training on, but it was just a point of comparison. The ones I'm training on are 5 shots. So I'm going to have to think up what I want to do next for Legion. There's a bunch of characters I want to do. I think I mentioned before I want to do Shade and Hayato. The problem is I do not want to get them to 200. Now, I could obviously stop at 140, which oh, I got a fragment, which might be what I end up doing, as I don't really have a choice. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I should do. Resistance Link would be nice. I am notoriously bad at Will Phase 3. So I think I'm gonna want Resistance Link for that. Also, I know when you get webbed out, I was just actually talking to a friend of mine, who's much later in the game, and he was giving me some tips. And he said Resistance Link is huge for Will Phase 3. Because when you get webbed out, it lets you just get that little bit of extra time every time you die. And it could be the difference between you clearing and not clearing. The Resistance Link is on the table for sure. So maybe that'll be the next move. The only thing that sucks about Resistance Link is it technically does not really get me any stronger. By the way, I did get 2.5k. So I haven't expanded my board yet. I still have to do that. But that's where we're currently at. 2.5. If I got 3 resistance characters to 120, I know I should get them to 140. But I'm not feeling it right now. 120. But aside from the Legion rank that it would give me here, it wouldn't really give me much strength. So that would really be the only... Yeah, I mean, I'm only 800 mobs in this. I know I'm doing the prequest, so it's like I haven't been killing the entire time, but I've been in this prequest for 40-ish minutes. So it's... I can't say it's going very quickly. Now, the other thing I have to do is... There's a party quest here. Yeah, this thing. And I know this is going to take me hours. Now, there were a couple things I did want to talk about. Firstly, what is the rules regarding Monster Park Extreme when it comes to solo progression series? Technically not solo, I guess, if you party it. I don't know, in my opinion, I feel like you can still do a solo progression series. And I don't think doing Monster Park Extreme breaks those rules. But you guys will have to let me know. Man, I thought this episode was going to be the hype one, and I feel like I lied now. Oh, wait. That was the other thing I wanted to talk about. So, in the original first video... Well, not the first video. In the first video, I said that I was going to make highlights of the series. And I have decided I'm not going to make highlights. I started doing a highlight video, and the problem is, I've come to realize that the problem with Maplestory content is, it takes a lot of playing the game to get very little content. And what I mean by that is, let's say hey, it's a 10-minute clip of me saying, hey, I'm gonna level a Lara. And then it now takes me 3 hours to level that Lara for another 10-second clip of me saying, hey, I just finished this Lara. But it's got 20 seconds of footage for 3 hours of playing the game. And obviously, it's a little different because a lot of the time I'm talking, which gives me extra content. But that's just an example. But I've come to find that it's true for a lot of things when it comes to Maplestory for me right now. This is not me saying I'm not enjoying it, but it's me explaining why I don't think I'm going to do highlights, and I think I'm just going to lean heavier into making sure that the timestamps are well written in the description. That way, if you are someone who does not care about some parts, you can just skip around to the parts where the timestamp will say like, this is where I'm making progression, essentially. So if you only want to see boss runs, you can use a timestamp to skip to boss runs. If you only want to see when I'm making gear upgrades, you can skip to that. So that is my solution to that, just because I don't want to spend the extra, I mean, typically it takes me like 4 to 6 hours to edit a video. And that's even with, I mean, I do very little editing. I essentially am just going through, I don't know, 30 hours of footage, cutting out what I think is interesting, and maybe doing a few voiceovers and text overlays. But what I'm doing is super easy. It's not, obviously, like, not making, what are those called? I was gonna say YouTube poops, but that's not what I was thinking of. The, like, old style MLG, joke videos. I'm not doing nothing like that. I'm just cutting clips out of me talking and putting them in an order that I feel makes sense. So, yeah. So there won't be any highlight videos. I'm sorry to everyone that I said there would be. But if you do want to see the highlights, you can use the timestamps provided. Just see the moments that you want to see. No hard feelings there. I understand not everyone wants to see every part of the video. Oh. I pot. Oh, wow. I one-shot that thing. Oh, I can't pot. Understand how this works, but yeah, back to my other point. This was supposed to be the exciting video, and I'm coming to realize that this is not probably going to be the exciting video, because I was fully expecting to get 6th job, and then I would just be able to do easy will and lucid. And I haven't tested it. Maybe I can do easy will and lucid, but I was fully expecting me getting my 6th job abilities and making it just like a guarantee that I could do will and lucid. But it turns out, which I didn't know, you have to have a certain level to your 6th job abilities to even, or to your 5th job abilities to even get the 6th job abilities. And the level is pretty high. So for me, who kind of leveled pretty quickly, getting 6th job essentially only gave me my origin. And obviously a little bit of extra int from the new symbols. It's almost like I'm kind of stuck in the same place I was. I did try seeing if I could train in Limina, but even those mobs, I'm like 3-shotting. So it seems I have reached my limit where I can force my way through without feeling like I'm completely wasting time. So the solution to that is going to be continuing Legion. Now, I do think I could force it, but my only concern is I kind of forced it already, and look where I'm at now. I forced 260 because I was like, I just want 6th job, and I'm essentially in the same spot. I would even argue I'm maybe in a worse spot, because at least before I was like 2-shotting the mobs, but now I'm high enough level to where the mobs I was training at, I now get like the reduced rate for because I'm too high level. And I'm sure there are some mobs out there that I could 1 or 2-shot and get decent rates. But like, are the rates going to be better than me just working on Legion? And I think the answer to that question is almost certainly no. So, to not bore you guys, we'll see. I don't know how I'm going to edit this right now, so I'm sure I'll tell you later, but I'm either going to do what I did last time and just do quick montages, or maybe I'll try to make the Legion leveling a little bit more interesting. I don't know when we're going to get patch notes for Anniversary. I'm assuming next week, and the patch is the following week. I don't know when Maplestory patch notes come out, though, so I don't know. Maybe I'm saying this today and they're going to come out today. It is weekly reset tonight, so hopefully we get a general idea of when we're getting that update, because that will, I'm assuming I will get a decent chunk of, what are those called? Node stones from the event. So I'll use those node stones to get 6th job. That'll give me, I mean, just a ton of damage by itself, honestly. I also just realized my rat wasn't on screen still. The program wasn't working before. Okay, I need to turn off the mad face. He keeps making the mad face, and I don't want him to. Also, at the time of recording this, I've been reading a bunch of rumors that there might be a cube sale coming up. So I am saving all of my money in hopes that there is. Hey, G-Babe from the future. I didn't save all my money. I already spent it trying to make Meso gear. He lied. Make a Meso gear? But then also I'm thinking about it, and I'm wondering, should I even make Meso gear? Because I don't even have the strength to kill mobs currently. So maybe I should work on my WSE first? Kind of lost at the moment. I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to get to content that I don't understand. Because I've cleared Will and Lucid before. But even them, every time I've cleared them, it was in a party that killed it within 5-10 minutes. And then I think I've cleared Gloom once in a carry. So really, I understand I will say I understand the mechanics of Lucid and Will though. Aside from Will phase 3, I'm really bad at them, but I think I understand them. I think there's white and red eyes, I remember. I don't know which one you have to stand still and which one you have to move though. And I think that's really... Oh, and then he has like a poison that increases the damage of whoever's poison. I don't know how that affects solo play though. I think the poisons like everyone around you. So once I get to Easy Will and Lucid, I think Lucid I'll be fine. Admittedly, I am pretty bad at phase 1. Although I think phase 1 is a little bit BS, I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to some of the deaths. A lot of the deaths in Lucid feel unavoidable. Which is ironic, because I think Will is one of my favorite bosses, mechanics-wise. And his phase 3 is just straight up unfair. At least from a solo perspective. The fact that you have a soft time limit like that is very unfun. But it adds some nice pressure to it that will make things a bit more fun. That's the same reason why I think I hate Lucid Phase 3 too. I hate that it's just a DPS check. That's it. I think it's very boring boss design. But I am really looking forward to it. I don't know how much more I'll be able to get I don't know how much more I'll be able to do today when it comes to the game. Honestly, the last few days I feel like I have not been able to make as much progress as I would have liked. Although I guess yesterday I did finish 2 link. Well, I finished 1 link and started the other one. I got my Lara to level 70 yesterday and then finished it today. Other than that though, like I said, I don't feel like my character is getting much stronger. But I knew this would be the awkward phase. And I do think this awkward phase is going to continue for a little bit. Because, really, I'm in a weird gap right now between Easy Lucid and Will and Normal Lucid and Will. I don't think there's any other boss in between. I'll have to look at the boss chart, though. But I'm pretty sure it just goes Easy Lucid Will into Normal Lucid Will. And I figure I'm nowhere near killing Normal Lucid Will. But that's just a guess. I did learn about a tool called Maple Scouter, though, that apparently tells you when it thinks you would be able to do a boss. One thing I did notice, though, is I think it assumes that you have max nodes because it doesn't ask you what level your nodes are. So I haven't done mine yet because, I mean, it's just going to give me inaccurate information because my nodes are at like half level right now. So that's a pretty huge discrepancy in terms of damage. Really, I think we're in waiting room territory right now. We're in the waiting room territory of waiting for the event and hoping that I can get a ton of node stones to level up all my abilities and then eventually get my 6-job abilities and then eventually kill Hard, Lucid, and Will. Okay, I did it. What is Quick Path? I don't know what that is. And I think now I have to do this on my main. Oh, so you can change these. Change that to that. This is probably gonna take forever. Yeah. This is only the first stage. Well, it's 9:10 right now. I'll let you guys know when I get out of this. Oh no. 1 second, I gotta pop all of this. Alright, yeah, I'm definitely just gonna skip all of this. What I mean by that is I'm gonna stop recording and record when I'm near the end, because this, I feel, is going to take me maybe 2 or 3 hours. Hey, guy from the future here. This is the start of my crash out, so if you don't want to hear me complain, you can skip ahead in the timestamps. I can genuinely say this is the first piece of content since I've started playing again where I feel a little bit of hatred for the game. It's been about 2 hours. An hour and 45 minutes. But I'm not having fun. And I'm really dreading the idea of having to do this once a week. And I know I'll get stronger to a point where it won't take probably, I mean, I don't know how much I have left, but I know I'll get to a point where this will not be as brutal. But honestly, I think this is, I don't know, in my mind, this is just a flawed system. I feel like this shouldn't even be possible for this to take this long. Maybe that's just my point of view. That could be. Obviously, it might be a flawed point of view. Maybe some people enjoy this, but I don't think it's fun. It's a slog. And it's a slog that's not difficult either. If there was some difficulty to it, at least I could maybe theorize there'd be some fun in it. But I'm honestly just kind of standing here, hitting the same boss. I think I've died to the first boss twice. And since then, I have not died to one of these bosses. So not only are the bosses not hard, it's just not fun. This is pretty much the only phase I can do damage in. And it's only when I have a big ability up. I'm essentially just playing a waiting game until that phase. I don't even want to think about how long the final boss is going to take. But yeah, like I was saying, this feels like a slog for the sake of being a slog. And I know I'm probably weaker than your average 260. But I don't know, I feel like that's not a good reason for this to take this long. Although I will give them credit, you can leave and come back, which is nice. So, if you wanted to do 30 minutes every day, then that'd be a good way of doing it. But I'd rather just not not spend time doing it in the first place. I've just given up healing. I'm just taking the hits. Need him to split again so I can actually do damage. There we go. Alright. I think it's the final boss now. Can't wait. Okay, so we're officially at 2 hours. About 10 minutes. Hopefully this also has split phases. Do damage. Looking at that HP bar. It doesn't have me feeling too hopeful. Hey, me from the future again. So, to give some context on this crash out, I may be misunderstanding the boss mechanics too, but the problem was you get, I don't remember the sun guy's name, but you get energy for him based on how much damage you do. So, you have to build up energy to kill the balls during the split phase, and I wasn't building up enough energy to kill them, so I never was able to do the little AoE attack that does 20% of his HP. So, what I should have been done is saving my energy. The problem is, if you fail the phase without killing a bunch of enemies, you lose HP bars based on how many you didn't kill. So sometimes if you didn't clear the whole thing, you would lose 3 lives.
Oh,
so you only could fail it 2 or 3 times before you died out. I essentially could not get enough energy to consistently kill all the little splits. It's literally impossible to kill all of these. Oh, man. Might have to pull up a YouTube video on the side and watch it. I feel like there's something I'm misunderstanding about this fight. The enemies don't take... I just realized the enemies don't do damage when you kill them. I'm only doing damage with my normal hits. which is not much. As you can see by the fact that I've been in here for 8 minutes and done 4%. Alright, I'm not even going to burst on this one, because I don't think... Wait, what? You're different. Maybe I can kill these ones. I don't know what is going on here, to be honest with you. Like, what just happened? I don't get it. Oops, I was typing in High Mountain Guide. Alright, let me see what you're supposed to do here. Oh, so if you kill all the mobs, it looks like something special happens. Yeah, it did like a quarter of his HP. So yeah, I just have to build up the energy. Yeah, I should just build up as much energy as possible. So I'm just gonna burst off CD. Alright, now that I know how to kill him, I'll stop crashing out. I just gotta make sure I always have above 300 of the energy. That's about how much it takes me to clear all the little bugs. Yeah, I don't really understand what's going on here. Oh wait, I died out. Alright, I will have to re-enter. Not die out this time. I don't understand that phase. The red ball one. I won't lie. I am having a crash out moment, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. But this genuinely had me feeling like I never want to play this game again. I just switched to my bossing build, pop every buff I possibly could, including guild buffs, just to make sure that I can get enough energy between each phase to be able to burst him. I mean, to be able to kill the little bugs, I mean. This was miserable. If I include the prequests, this whole ordeal has taken just over 3 hours. And not a moment of it was fun. Like I said, I am crashing out right now. So this is me being a little baby. But genuinely, I might not even do this next week. I don't know if I have it in me. Alright, 800 should be enough. Even if not, I can burst him 2%. Please be the bugs. Please be the bugs. It's the bugs. We're saved. It's not the bugs. I don't even know what to do in this phase. Usually, I just stand here and wait. I tried killing all these things, but they respawn. I don't really understand what the purpose of this is. I'm not going to risk it, though. I'm not going to risk losing all this energy. I'm just going to burst him. Oh, it took a bunch of my lives. Okay. You can burst him here. 20 seconds. Should finish him off. Alright, I'm going to buff up. There we go. Terrible experience. Terrible experience. One of the worst things I've ever experienced. I think I'd rather cut off all of my fingers than do that again. All of them. Maybe even the toes. All of that for 11% experience. Which is a lot. I guess the fragments are probably the best part, but still. I don't know if I would call that worth, honestly. Like 3 hours and 15 minutes total. That was horrendous. I have to take a nap after that. I'm crashing out. Alright, another chance. Another chance. This time for sure, right? Reinforced? Purple. I think green is reinforced. Yeah, it's solid. It's okay. We're slowly getting up there in coins. 219. Debating whether I should get a reinforced piece or just get save for superior. Haven't really decided yet. I did not know this was going to put me in a cutscene. What I'm trying to say is, back in the day, best in slot was reinforced and superior. Then when you eventually did replace the reinforced, you would just use it for meso gear. So I'm almost thinking, should I just get reinforced, make it meso gear, since I need meso gear anyways, And it would be stronger Meso gear, because obviously Silver Blossom Ring has significantly worse stats than a reinforced ring. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Alright. So, the plan for today is Hayato and Shade. And then I think tomorrow it's going to be the 3 resistance classes. There we go. Shade is at 140. So the Shade being at 140, really nice because... Shade being at 140 is nice because, yeah, you get the 3-piece block. You get 1% extra crit damage, so the extra levels are worth it, in my opinion. So there we go, I got 3% more crit damage. Now I'm going to do the Hayato to the same thing. Going to do the exact same thing in the Hayato. Get them to 140. I believe it's another 3% crit damage, so that'll be 6% more crit damage, which is pretty massive. So that'll be my last thing I do for the day, most likely. By the way, whoever commented, I'll put it up on the screen, but whoever commented to put the snail pet out, you're a genius. It's like, I know I should do it, but in my mind I was like, well, what if I need it in the future? But odds are, if I need it in the future... Also, I think you can get the Puff Ram, now that I think about it. Back in the day, there used to be a quest in here you can get a Puff Ram from. Oh yeah, probably. Have you learned about pets? I don't know if it still gives that little box that gives you a Puff Ram, but... if I do need a pet in the future, there's ways I can get a pet, is essentially what I'm trying to say. So, yes, you do make your money back for buying a TP rock. So, I made 21 mil back. And spent, obviously, 6 on a rock, so... a good way not to lose money when you're working on these mules. And then this mule took me 2.5 hours. So, not bad. That was with a tutorial quest, too. So, if you're doing a character without a tutorial quest, that'd probably save you half an hour. So, 2 hours to 140. You love to see it. Alright, on to the next one. Alright, this is almost 140. And then I'm going to get back on my AB, do some dailies, and that is probably where I will call it for today. Didn't get a lot done today. I got a Shade and Hayato, but the extra crit damage I think will be a huge help to my damage. I'm really just trying to get to a point where I can 2 and 3 shot, and then I'm going to start training on my AB. I don't know how long it's going to take. There we go, 140. My current goal I think is going to be... Go for 3K Legion, because that's going to give me 5 more slots. Which will get me... 1 second, I'm looking for the Legion key. There it is. Which will get me... obviously, 5 more slots will give me a lot more damage to fill out the board. So, 3K I think will get me there. And I am essentially 1 more character away. So, tomorrow will be 3 resistance characters, and we'll see where we're at after that. Alright, off to the AB. Last set of cubes I can buy. Not even from Epic? Are you serious? Finally. 24 or 21 cubes later. Man, I probably should take that, that's for sure. It's weird that that's an attacking. Cheer up to legendary. This. Wow. Yeah, I might just use these. Dang, that 30% damage is worth that much. Let's just use this, and then if it doesn't give me anything, I'll do Cygnus, and then it'll give me another 10. Okay. But it won't matter because this next one is it. I mean, it's attack. Insulting. It sucks. Like, if that was attack, I would honestly consider keeping it just because I don't want to do more bosses, but... Alright, I'll do more, and then that's where I'm ending it. I'll just take whatever decent line I can get. Here we go! I'll take any line of attack. We take those. I think we keep those. Just because we're low on money. That was 200k CP. So tomorrow, I think the plan is going to be level a Wild Hunter and maybe a Blaster. We'll see. It's gonna be a Wild Hunter Blaster, a Wild Hunter Mechanic. Finish my Legion page. Maybe get a few of my, maybe get my Dex stuff to 140 since they're all around 120. It would only be probably 30 minutes per character. But I don't even know what to do beyond that. If that doesn't give me enough to train. If that gives me enough to train, I'm going to train for a while tomorrow. But I have a feeling it's not going to. Alright, it's a new day, new me. I'm going to be starting a Wild Hunter and I think a Blaster today. For 3k Legion. We are currently at 2.85, I believe. So this will get us fairly close. And then we'll have to do one more character after this. Technically, I only need like 20 more levels after this, but obviously I'm just going to do a whole nother character. I do want resistance links for boss runs, because I will help a ton, especially on Will. Will particularly, honestly. So I will, I'll see you when I get to 120 or 40. I haven't decided yet. I said 120 off this portal. I didn't record it though. Onto the mechanic. All right, and when I said I'll be right back with the mechanic, as you can see, it's now the next day. So it was a little bit of a lie, but I'm getting started on the mechanic now. I forgot to record again, but I hit 120. Hopefully I can train on my main now because we have officially hit, it's like I couldn't remember the key mining, 3k Legion, almost 3.1 actually. So we will see if I can finally train on my AB. I think I'm going to get Janice, and hopefully that will give me the damage, so let's go find out. 20% dex. Dang, man. If that was attack, I would keep it. It wouldn't be very good, probably, but... That's true, I do need IED. Come on, okay, give me back any attack. Okay, I'll just stay here for now. That sucks, but that's okay. Alright, I have three green cubes. I need to try something. Let's try this. Oh. And I got Dax, yeah, okay, what's next? This has 6, so I'm not gonna touch it. I'll do this. Oh! What? Alright. This was 117, so I just came out to finish it. So we'll have 2% more crit chance. Or not chance, crit damage. That's it. That's all this clip is. Alright, I have finally gotten enough coins to get to 11k Legion. Or, not 11k. 3k Legion. So I got this extra part here. So I'm hoping this gives me a good amount of damage. We will find out. I'm going to fill this out real quick. There we go. This is what I settled on. I got the extra normal monster damage and the extra crit damage. I need to fill up my boss board at some point, but this will be it for now. I'm gonna go see if I can finally train. Goal is 3-shotting. I will be happy with 3-shotting. I can't do 4 and 5. Alright, I'm doing the Threads of Fate quest line. Done this once a long time ago, and I remembered it was very long. Oh man, I'm gonna fall asleep doing this. Finally done. That took a while. We also just hit reset, so I need to the date. Alright. Alright, this is the Evan to 210. I do not have to touch this character anymore. And I get the max rune duration now, which will be very nice for mules and my main. Next will be the Mercedes for the daily train. We'll be getting all the dailies until she hits 210, and then after that, I will probably do... Honestly, I really haven't thought about it after that. Well, actually, I have. I was thinking a CRA boss mule before, but I don't think that's going to be the case because my main just requires way too much funding right now. So, I don't know. Actually, I'm going to have to think about that. But for now, this is done. Alright. My daily Legion piece will be Kain today. I think I'm going to go for 140 on it for the extra 20 decks. I'll be back when it's there. I will say, Maplestory's visuals have come so far. Look how good that water looks. That is insane. Props to Nexon. Props to the artists at Nexon. This class actually was pretty good. He does a ton of damage. I don't really know what I'm doing, I will admit. That's part of the joy of playing a new class. You know what you were doing. Wouldn't be fun. My allergies are also killing me. I cannot keep my eyes open. So I don't know how much more I'm going to play today. Might take a nap and hope that my allergies solve themselves by the time I wake up. The ultimate strategy. Like when you have a headache, you go to bed, and you just hope that it's gone after you take a nap. And 95% of the time it is. And the other 5%, it's not. And it got worse. Here we go, 140. Yeah, I'll probably take a little break here. Get back on, do my ABs, dailies. Maybe farm a little bit, I don't know. We'll see. Gollux. I died to Gollux yesterday, by the way, so that's why there is no clip of it. Nothing. Nothing. Woo. Alright, today is going to be a double feature. I'm going to try to do a Cadena and a Blaster before my big bossing stream tomorrow, so these will only be going to 120. Oh, never mind. The Blaster will be going to 140, Cadena to 120. So I'll be back when they hit it. Alright, that is 119. One more level to go, and I will be done with this Cadena. As you can see, I did not finish it yesterday. It is a new day. But that is okay. I had to help a friend fix a computer that his cat unfortunately peed on. And it broke the computer. So not much progress yesterday. But today is the day of my super fun stream idea. I'm going to do one big grind session on my AB to prep for it. I'm hoping to get one of my 6-job masteries before the stream. I don't know if I will be able to. It really just depends on drops. I'm also hoping to maybe level up again, depending on how much experience the monster part gives me. Because it is 2.5 today. So if I can get 262, that'd be kind of huge. We will see, though. This quest should be the last quest I need to do. I was having a lot of fun with this class at first, and then as it went on, I enjoyed it less and less. I think I'm starting to feel the Legion burnout is what's going on, though. I don't think it was Cadena that was the issue. I think it was... I'm starting to burn out. So I think I'm going to take a break from Legion. There's 120. So this should be hour and 21 minutes from 70 to 120. Longer than usual, I will say. But, as I was saying, I think the Legion burnout's catching up to me. So, I am going to take a break from it until the event starts. And that's, I mean, 2 days away. It's pretty close, so. Here is my current Legion. Need 70 levels for 3.5. Although I don't think I have enough coins for 3.5 anyways, so hitting 3.5 technically doesn't do anything for me. But I will have to redo my board because I don't have my Kain in there right now, and that's 40 decks. So, I'm going to hop on my AB for a super long grind session, and that's what I'm going to do until the stream starts, probably. I might try to get another... I mean, level 70 characters are really easy, so I might pop one out. I could get one done in probably 35 minutes, so I might do one real quick just to get 3.5. We'll see. You'll see right away, because you're in the future, I'm in the past, but yeah. Hey, it's me from 5 minutes in the future. I am going to do a level 70. Just because I want to do another resistance link anyways for the extra second of invincibility for Will. And it's going to take me so little time to do it that I might as well. Plus it'll be... No, actually I won't put it on my board. Oh, we'll see. I might put it on my board. I don't get another expansion on the board until 4,000. So it's only going to be one piece, so I might not put it on my board just... Oops. I might have put it... I have the hiccups. I might not put it on my board just because it will be a really small piece, and it's only going to be, I think, 1 or 2% IED, which I have plenty of IED on my AB right now, so like it's not going to be very useful. I'm better off just getting an extra 2 pieces worth of decks. So that is the plan. I'm going to rush this to level 70, then we will hop on the AB.
Hey, what's up, YouTube?
What if I talked like that? I did notice that I don't even use my customer service voice on YouTube, though. I thought I would. Alright. 98%. Alright. There we go. Blaster done for now, at least. And that gets us to a cool, super unique, very awesome, exactly 3,500 Legion. So, I'm going to go see how many coins I have on my main. I don't think I have enough to... That took 52 minutes as well. Let me tell you, Blaster First job was atrocious. Never doing that again. Let's check and see if... I think... I can't talk. I think I'm going to get this to 120 as well before I do the boss runs today. It's 9 levels. Plus it'll level some Zac, so it'll be 8 levels. But... Let's check out the Legion board. Oh, Ursus double time. Actually, I lied. Let's do that real quick. Yeah, so, today, I can say it now, because I know I'm doing the stream today. I'm doing a stream where every time I die to a boss, I get shocked by a shock collar. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of terrified. I tested the strengths up to 5, and I'm debating starting on 5 or starting on 3 or 4. I'm not going to start at 1 and 2. I tried 1 and 2, and they don't feel like anything. And maybe that says something about me. I don't think it does, personally. But maybe it does. So I'm probably going to start... maybe I'll meet in the middle and just start on 4. 5 made me recoil. So that's any indication of how it's going to feel. And then I've also come to realize that, which is part of the this is part of the reason why I decided to do this. I kind of just suck at a lot of the bosses. There are a lot of bosses where I die an unnecessary amount of times, So this is the, it's gonna be a nice way to, train myself to play the mechanics well. If you're actively afraid of dying, you won't die, right? That's the game plan. Boom, 250 mil. Okay, let's take a look at our Legion board real quick. Okay, that's definitely not enough coins. But I'll check just to make sure. Yes, you need... What? You need 430 coins. It's literally gonna take... I think I get around 130-ish coins. Last time I looked it up, although I looked it up a long time ago, I was getting around 130 coins. So that's probably going to take 3 or 4 days worth of coins to get that. That sucks. But we're at 3.5. Well, not much else to talk about. I'm going to go do my Monster Park since it's 2.5. I'm going to go do my dailies, and then I'm going to grind. If I think of anything to talk about while I grind, I will hop back in. See you later! Alright, let's see how much experience these give. I'm playing with a controller right now, hence the the weird looking quick slots. About to do a super long grind session, and I prefer to use a controller when doing that. Especially if I'm going to be actively grinding. Which I have to, because I 3 to 4 hit. So, quite active. I miss the days of my Evan, of standing in one spot and using Wind Flash and watching all the blades kill everything. I didn't look how much they gave me. I think it was 4%. I've been trying to think of fun ideas to do in between episodes of the progression series, because there's going to be, I've talked about this already for like 4 episodes, so I won't talk about it again, but there is going to be a slowdown because of the fact that I'm kind of in an in-between phase right now, especially after I kill normal and easy Lucid and Will. I think Gloom isn't too far past at that point, but I'm pretty sure after that there's quite a big jump in bosses to kill. I'm also working on, 4%. I'm also working on Meso gear right now, so I'm not making pretty much any gains. So, as you expect, aside from Legion, I'm not really making a ton of progress, especially when my kill count in Cernium is as bad as it is. I do want to get this video out before the event starts, because I do know the event is probably going to be quite big for this character. So that'll probably be a longer video. At the beginning of the event, I'm going to make a ton of gains if it has node stones and things like that. Still don't have my 6 job abilities, unfortunately. Still only have my origin, because I went with Soul Janus in hopes that it would help me kill. But it is also quite weak. It did improve my kill rate by quite a bit, but not enough to where I think it made a substantial difference. But I figure it doesn't matter a ton, because I will be getting probably a decent amount of resources for the event anyways, so I'll have my 6 job abilities fairly soon. I am definitely starting to feel the Legion burnout, though. So I'm going to take a break from Legion for a couple days. I've done 1 or 2 characters every day since I started playing again. So at least 100. I feel 3.5k Legion off event. Pretty good. I think it'll be a nice foundation for when the event does start. Doing Legion off event, though, probably was not the smartest move, but I feel like I didn't really have a choice due to this being a fresh account. I would not have been able to progress at all without doing Legion. Now, did I probably do more than I needed to? Yeah. I probably could have done 1.5k-ish and been completely fine with just the necessary pieces, but with having been stuck on my AB, it kind of felt like it was unnecessary. to keep trying to grind on it. I did try going to Limina, which I also don't one-shot in, unfortunately, because I don't have enough Arcane Force. But even if I did have enough Arcane Force, I probably wouldn't. Actually, sorry, I should correct myself. I do one-shot with abilities in Limina. I don't one-shot with my summons. But I'm still getting a very good kill rate in Limina. The problem is, I don't get any 6-job materials, which I really need right now. And then also, the experience was worse even with the higher kill rate. I was getting 2% an hour there and 4% an hour in Cernium. So, I will say the nice thing about Limina is I literally just stood in one spot and used one ability. And then Urda Shower and Soul Janus cleared the rest of the map. And Soul Janus could kill. Urda Shower, on the other hand, took 2 spawns to kill. But it still was pretty good kill rates. It was good Meso, too. If I just wanted Meso, honestly, that's probably the play. But I would like some EXP and 6-job materials as well. So I feel I don't really have a choice but to grind in Cernium. I also think I've done every link that would help me one-shot at this point. So as of now, I think it's just keep doing dailies and eventually get enough to cube my gear and get it strong enough to where I one-shot. Or just get Arcane Force and Sacred Force. That is all the monster perks, though. Alright, open a couple boxes. I got a lot of 15s, but that's okay. Let's get grinding. Now, I am going to grind with Controller. So my rates are probably going to be a little lower. But for comfort, that's a worthy sacrifice. IMO. Do need to select my dice real quick, though. Back to what I was saying earlier. I've been trying to think of some fun ideas to do in between videos, like I was saying. I've just been brainstorming. There's a couple I came up with. One thing I came up with, which I think would be a fun progression series. I would like to see someone do a Maplestory Iron Man. Hardcore Iron Man? I don't know the technical term for it, but I would like to see someone do a character that if the character ever dies, they delete it and start over and see if they can get to a specific boss. Kind of like Lab Server way back in the day. Although I don't know how that worked with bosses, but I think that would be pretty interesting. I know there are a lot of bosses that are a little unfair mechanic-wise. Maybe it wouldn't even be possible. But it'd be so interesting to see someone try something like that. Someone probably better than me. Maybe I'll try it at some point, though. You would also probably need an established account. I don't think it would be possible to do with no links in Legion. But also, I feel like to do it, you would have to not go into bosses completely over-geared. Because I think that would just make it boring if you just went into every boss and one-shot them. I don't know what the rules would be. Maybe you only can use money you gained from that character. That way, since you are going to be playing on an established account, you can't just put a trillion mesos from your main onto, obviously a trillion's a bit much, but just hypothetical. You can't just put a ton of meso towards the character and just overfund them beyond belief. And then you just one-shot every boss. That would kind of ruin the whole spirit of it. If you really wanted to get the spirit of it, you could do it on a brand new account. But problem is, if you ever failed and died, remaking the entire account every time would make the series extremely long, and also I don't think very enjoyable, because no one wants to watch the same Legion grind 800 different times. It would make the boss fights a lot more interesting, though. I think you would have to be someone who's very experienced with the game, though, to pull something off like that. And I am not that person. Maybe one day I'll be that person. Last section probably matters a ton there, too. Mihail, I'm assuming, would be the best character. Another way you can do it, too, which I think might be too easy, but instead of on character death, you could do if you ever fail. Well, on character death, when you're training, but whenever you go in the boss, only do it on a wipe. That way you technically get one attempt at each boss at least. Because there are some mechanics in bosses that feel a little unfair, obviously. That way you still have a chance even if you screw up. I'd be interested in trying a one attempt challenge like that. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Especially with the stipulation that each clear can't just be a one-shot of the boss. You actually have to aim for struggle clears. I think that'd be fun. Maybe create like a stat amount per boss that you can't go above. You get 600 of the energy, I believe, from your dailies. So, I pretty much need... Oh, there's 200 right there, as I was talking about it. That's huge. Well, before, I pretty much needed an extra 1,000. My 6th job, master version of Trinity. I think I would be in a pretty good spot to kill Will. Which Will might be possible now. My stat's a little low, I think, for him. I'm at 16k stat right now. I don't know if that's low, honestly. I did watch 2 other progression series yesterday to see when they cleared it. And they both cleared it around 19k stat. Obviously, it's not a perfect indicator because they're not playing the same class and everything. My Legion was also higher than theirs, though. So maybe the Legion will make a difference? I don't know. I know this having the 6th job, I think, would guarantee both clears, though. I think Lucid is... As long as I don't die out, that is. Alright, my 10-minute BA is almost done. So, 12k mobs. Not completely accurate, because I'm not going to have the... I'm not going to have the Demon Slayer full map attack the entire time. So, it'll be slightly less. But 25 mil. Not bad, honestly. 150 mil an hour. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. So that's what we're looking at, skill-wise. So that's what I'll be doing for the next 5 to 6 hours. This is my first big grind session on this character. Every other time I've grinded, I've done like 2 hours at a time. I'm just very determined to get this. I'm just very determined to get this Trinity skill. Mastery core, I guess I should call it. Which there's no guarantee I even get it. I don't know the drop rate on these. And I don't have any drop rate. So, possible I go 6 hours and don't even get the remaining energy I need. I'm also going to be leveling my familiars during this. I do need some more familiar cards from these before I can start leveling, though. Because the cards from the 20th anniversary thing expire on the 29th, I think? So I want to try to get a unique familiar before then, which I definitely can, especially if I grind. Getting a decent amount of drops for energy. I will be cubing my gear as this goes on as well. Hopefully get more meso percentage as I go. Obviously, I'm not going to have a ton of money to work with, only making 150 mil an hour. Also, it's nice to be able to just talk again. I feel like the last couple of episodes have been very heavy on the Maplestory. There's too much Maplestory content in my video. We need more off-topic yapping. I've been too focused on the goal. Who cares about the goal? Man, the amount of comments I got on my hands in the last video, I was dying. It was so funny. All the creative insults to insult the way I cross my arms when I play were so funny. I spent all morning just rereading them. A lot of people also mentioned pain. And honestly, I don't know if it's just because I always cross my arms like that since I was a kid. So I'm just used to it. But honestly, there's zero pain I get from crossing them like that. Now, maybe if I did it for 15 hours a day, I probably would. But I try to play with a controller whenever possible. Whenever I'm doing long grind sessions or Legion, I pretty much exclusively use a controller. Does it slow down my leveling and grinding and everything? Probably, because I only combine so many abilities. But honestly, doing Legion with a controller is a game changer, and I think it's the only reason I was able to do so many characters off event. I probably would have done way more characters off event too if I wasn't limited by how many times I could transfer my Legion per day. But I was talking to a friend who plays still, and he was saying that we're supposed to be getting a change to make it so that you can transfer your links as many times as you want, which will be a huge game changer for my grinding. Because links in Legion is so much easier when you have, links in Legion is so much easier when you have links in Legion. When that change comes in, also just in the next event in general, I'm going to be quite a bit stronger. The plans currently are... Yeah, I don't even actually know what's in the event yet. So I could be saying this now, and it just ends up not being true at all. But I'm assuming there's going to be a decent amount of bonk potions. I was looking at patch notes for other events in GMS, and it seems like, at least in the major events, they're all pretty much the same, honestly. So I've been looking. I'm assuming there's going to be a decent amount of bonk potions. I'm assuming there's... Well, I know there is there's leveling mini games in the event, and it seems like the general consensus is the mini games are better for getting characters from around 200 to 210, so those level 3 links. So all of that considered, I think I'm gonna go for... So the KMS patch notes had 100 bonk potions that I saw. I could have missed some. But 100 bonk potions, from the bonk potions I did before, I've only done a few. But it seems like the average is around 18 to 20 to get a character to 200. But one thing I was considering doing was bonking characters until they're 185-ish. And then just hand leveling them those last 15 levels. That way I can do significantly more characters and get a lot more levels. Because those later levels only give you 1 or 2 per potion. Everything after the 12th, 10 to 12 potions can probably just be done hand level, depending on where it gets you. Obviously, I would just aim for 185, and then if it doesn't get there, I would keep using them. I could get extremely unlucky, but I'm going to assume I'm not. So, if I can get, combined with the hand leveling, if I can get, I would say 1,500 to 2,000 done with the easier grinding of bonk potions, I would be happy. And then I can just do the last little bit. I say a little bit, but it could potentially be 1,000 or 500 or levels. But I can do the last little bit by hand. And then right after the anniversary event, we have the summer event, which will also have probably a decent chunk of stuff for leveling Legion. So I'm happy I got this little head start on my Legion. I need to be paying attention for an MVP. I have not been. Oh yeah, I just missed one. Wait, what time is it? Yeah, I missed one 4 minutes ago. Oopsie. So I'm not going to say 8K during the summer event. But that would be nice. I will say, I will guarantee 6.57 though. I think 6 would be really where I need... Or a good stopping point, I guess is what I should say, for what I'm trying to do though. After I get 6, I don't think I'll have to do any more. Now, if I wanted to do that little Iron Man challenge afterwards, maybe I keep going. I don't know if I'm using the term Iron Man correctly either. I think Iron Man typically means you can't trade with people, but I think that's already what Reboot is. I don't know, though. I might be using the term incorrectly. I'll check afterwards. Hardcore, I think, is might. It's like a mixture of hardcore and Iron Man, I think, is the correct way of saying it. Either way, you know what I'm saying. I need to start putting Urda Shower down. It won't do a ton of damage, but... Oh, no, never mind. That damage is actually non-existent. Let's see. Yeah, that's gonna take that's gonna take like 9 hits to kill. Maybe that isn't helping very much. I am progressing a lot faster than I had expected when I started this. It's weird coming back to the game and this happens. Progression is significantly faster than it used to be. Than the last time I played, which isn't a bad thing. And from what I understand, most hyper burns, typically you get gear to go with it. So the problem I'm having now is not typical. I'm assuming you get decent enough gear to where you don't feel like you're completely stuck at Cernium. You probably start out 3 or 4 shotting rather than me 9 shotting, and finally now I'm down to 4 shotting. Oh, there's another MVP at 40. Oh, crap, I gotta go now. 7. Hopefully I made it in time. Yeah, I did. 5 nodes so far. Turn in these while I'm here. 67.2. 68.2. Wow, that was really... Both of those quests were only 1%. Alright, there we go, though. We need 580 more. Here's the MVP. I am going... Should I pop a 3x? No, I'll pop a 2x. Pop that. Let's get back to it. Pop the other guild buff. I don't think a level is possible. So far... Well, maybe it is. Because right now I'm at... I can't remember what I was at, to be honest. I think I made 3% in that 30 minutes. But that was also with the Demon Slayer EXP buff every certain amount of kills. So, yeah, it probably is 2%. 2% every 30 minutes. So, 4% an hour. Yeah, I mean, that would be... It would be a miracle to level up. Although, if I do 3x's and MVPs the entire time, maybe it is possible. Because leveling up again before the bosses would also be extremely nice. I mean, technically, I only need 3 of the 200 drops. And then I will definitely get it. Although I've probably done 5 or 6 hours of grinding on this character since I hit 6th job. And I think I've only gotten 2. So odds are not in my favor. Maybe I just keep going until I level up, though. I think that would guarantee me the Mastery Core for Trinity. Oh, that's cool. There's a different elite boss. Man, they're kind of tanky, too. Oh. See? I don't even have potions bound. Although I have auto pet pot. That's kind of crazy. See, if that was the hardcore thing, though, it would have been over right there. That thing one-shot me. That was crazy. Oh, I didn't get a controller one this time. I was just thinking when I got those safety charms from the daily check-in thing that, like, I'll probably never have a use for these. I guess I did. One of my other video mentioned that 275 is the level you want to aim for Black Mage. Which is good to know, because honestly, I did not know that. So, we will see when I'll get to that point. Once I can 1 to 2 shot, I think I'll be a lot more motivated to grind. So, I imagine my progression will speed up a ton at that point. Whenever that is. I love the music for the origin skill. So good. I feel like Black Mage is going to be so hard. The bosses I'm really afraid of are Varishilla, Dark Null, and Black Mage. I don't know why. I feel those ones are going to be extremely hard. I've also decided for Varishilla, I was looking up stuff about her, and I guess GMS, the strat is you use healing familiars, but I decided I'm not going to use healing familiars. I kind of want it's not unauthentic. I don't know why I'm saying authentic, but I want the hard feeling of Varishilla. So I'm gonna do it without healing familiars, just to make it a little bit more exciting. Got an energy in a while. Oh, never mind. So weird that I can't see the drops down here. I wonder if my pet is looting them. I haven't really been looking. I don't think he is. Yeah, he's not. So I'm gonna have to remember to drop down every once in a while to check down here. Could have lost some energy already. I need to start working accessory crafting as well. I really need a Meister ring. Problem is, I've only been playing the game. I've only been playing for about 2 hours each day. The last little over a week. And most of that time was spent doing my one Legion character. I was trying to spend 2 to 3 hours each day playing, so to keep making progress. But I didn't really play my AB much. Been a very busy last week. But once the event starts, I'll be back on my grind. The first week I was doing insane hours. I was probably putting in 5 or 6 hours a day. But also I was really enjoying the game that first week. It was like a breath of fresh air coming back after so long. Especially on a new account. I'll say that as well. I was surprised, because if you would have asked me before if I would ever play Maplestory again if I had to restart Legion, I would have 100% said no. But honestly, up until recently, Legion's been my favorite part. Although I think my AB is about to become extremely fun, since I'm starting to get into content I've never experienced before. So there'll be a nice sense of exploration, I guess, is what I should say. So that'll be fun. It'll be fun, really fun learning all the new bosses too. I'm trying to avoid looking at videos of them, because I kind of want to figure out some of the mechanics myself. I think it would just be fun. Only problem is it's going to create a lot more failed runs. Although, Varishilla, I could already ruined that, honestly. Black Mage, I don't really know anything about. Varishilla, I think I know most of the mechanics. I don't know the strategies, but I know the mechanics for the boss. Dark Null, I still pretty much know he summons a ton of... He summons like those little elite bosses, and they're very annoying. Someone told me that Dark Null has become a lot easier. Because used to have like the Magnus balls that fell, and I guess they removed those. So I'll be fighting the dumbed down version of Dark Null. I'm also very worried about Will, which is ironic. Which will be funny looking back on this statement, because this video will be out. This clip will be out after I had already fought Easy Will. Although I'm pretty sure you get a ton more Moonlight on Easy Will, so maybe phase 3 with the webs won't be as bad, just because you'll be able to clear webs a lot easier. The main thing I'm worried about on Will is genuinely phase 2. I am so bad at that phase. Oh, I didn't even know you could get symbols like that. I'm so bad at that phase, I always get knocked into the corner webs and die. I need to learn the animations for when he's pushing forward and when he's pushing back. I've really been fighting the urge to build another keyboard. I built my first keyboard about 7 months ago. and I've been really wanting to build another one, but I don't need to. And then I try to justify it by saying, well, just change your switches. And I know it's not going to end at just changing my switches. Every time I tell myself I'm just buying one part for my PC, I end up refreshing my entire PC. So I'm sure it's going to be the same with keyboards. Nice thing about keyboards, though, is I'm not going to say it's cheap. It's pretty expensive, but if I did want to just change my switches, it wouldn't be that expensive. Unfortunately, I like keyboards with a numpad, so I'm gonna end up paying a little bit extra because I have quite a few extra keys. But I want to get silent switches. I want to do a full silent build. I've gone the complete 180. When I was younger, oh, my stomach just growled. When I was younger, I loved really loud switches. I had a Razer keyboard with those really loud clicky keys. I'm sure we all know the Razer switch noise, or the Razer key noise. It's very loud, very clicky, and I thought it was so cool when I was younger. And then I built this one, which has more of a muted click. Although I love the sound of this one. And now I'm in the phase where I'm like, I just want something completely silent. So I did buy a couple. I bought one set of switches just to see what it would be like. And I also went tactile this time instead of linear. But the problem with the tactile I'm finding is on the upstroke of the key, it makes a pretty loud noise. So the downstroke is virtually silent, but the upstroke is pretty loud. I know there's some mods out there. I was looking them up. Some people say you can cut the stems. Some people say you can put O-rings. I'm sure there's more out. This is my first, like I said, this is my first keyboard I've built, so I'm not 100% sure on all the terms and everything, but I think I'm gonna buy some more switches that are linear silent and look into some ways to silence the upstroke. Especially on... Oh, there's another MVP. I'm going to have to go to that. At 12. Okay, it's in 3 minutes. I should just go now. Yeah, I'm just going to go now, actually. I can cube real quick. Yeah, I've been looking for some ways to silence the upstroke. So I'm going to get... I completely forgot my train of thought. What was I saying? I'm going to get some linear switches and look into some mods to get a completely silent upstroke. Problem is, I want to build another keyboard just so I don't have to keep switching switches, though. Like, if maybe eventually I want loud again. I would have to take all the switches out and put them all back in. It's a lot of work. A lot of work is what I'm trying to say. Okay, it's in 2 minutes. I can go buy cubes real quick. These are the most people I've seen in an MVP in a long time. Oh, wait, why did I buy those? Oops, I shouldn't have bought those. I thought this was legendary already. Maybe I just cube it anyways, though. I'm going to do it. Okay, we're going to keep that for now. Big fan of that. So I'll probably leave this alone and cube something else. I currently have this for Meso obtained and this. I need drop rate, though, honestly. Actually, while I'm here, waiting for this MVP. Achievement thing go away. The right thing either. What am I looking for? I'm looking for familiars. Oh, I forgot. I'm not on my normal key bindings. Familiar's not even bound on the... Oh, that was the Steam screenshot noise. That was piercingly loud. Okay, let's move that and never do that again. I need to start leveling this guy up. So let me set up. Already summoned. Oh, my familiars real quick. I should be getting enough familiars pretty soon here. I'm at 59 and 14. The energy acquisition has slowed down a lot. Yeah, I'm going to save for the other cubes to get legendary. I completely blanked. Thought that other piece was legendary. I shouldn't have cubed it with those cubes. That's okay though. It's not the end of the world. That means I'm gonna have to grind for 2 hours to get to get 10 cubes. That's insane. I need to get some cheaper hobbies. Yeah, I'm stupid though because I spend so much money on PC parts and peripherals and things, and then I go periods of time where I don't touch my computer for a year or two. As an example, bought this nice keyboard, didn't use my computer for probably 4 months right after I bought it. About a year ago, I bought some really nice headphones, a DAC, and an amp. Didn't use my computer for probably a year after I bought it. I'm very impulsive, I've realized. I impulse buy very often. I notice an issue and I'm like, this needs to be fixed. And I go all out fixing it. Like when I bought the deck and the amp and new headphones, I'm pretty sure I bought it, if I remember correctly, because there was buzzing in my headphones. And I looked it up and everyone was like, DAC and an amp will fix the buzzing. And I was like, because they said it's an audio interference issue with your sound card on your motherboard. I was like, oh, okay. Well, if I'm going to buy a DAC and an amp, I might as well buy some nice headphones to go with it. So I ended up spending, like, which I didn't get a fancy DAC and amp, I will say. But I ended up spending like $300 on a DAC and an amp. And then, I think $700 or $800 on headphones. And for what? Although, I will say, the buzzing is gone. So they weren't lying. And my music does sound noticeably more bassy with the DAC and the amp, which I love. Because I bought Sennheisers, which aren't really known for their bass. So it's nice to have my bass back. Sennheisers are kind of crazy. If anyone has not heard, which I say Sennheisers because it's the only thing I tried. So there could be other headphones out there that are this. I'm sure there are. I guarantee there are. But this is the first high-end headphones I've ever bought. And man, there's parts of songs when I'm listening to songs now that I didn't even know existed. Like there's things happening in the background that if you're listening in the car, you just don't know is there. But then you listen to it on some high-end headphones, you're like, wait, that noise was there this entire time? It's actually kind of crazy. Not saying everyone should go out and buy some expensive headphones, but you should. It's a game changer. I swear, every guy you meet wants to start a podcast deep down. That's just the truth. It's the fantasy every man will deny, but deep down, everyone wants to start a podcast. And this is what this series is going to become. My non-stop talking about random subjects. Especially as we get into the later, all the videos are going to be, it's going to be 20 minutes of progression, 2 hours of me talking, talking about how I bought new switches for my keyboard and they sound really nice. The male fantasy of wanting to talk to others about random subjects. I'm going to create a Discord. I'm going to create a Discord channel that I'm going to sit in all day. And while I'm training, random people can join in. And it'll be like calling into a radio station. Until someone inevitably says something terrible and I never do it again. Ooh, a 200! That's huge. I think on the next MVP, I should be able to try to level my familiar. I might have to watch a video on familiars real quick, so I don't have another incident like rolling over 8% crit damage, 10% all stat on my glove. I was surprised the amount of people that called me out on that. Like, I know it wasn't a smart decision, but I wasn't expecting all the comments about it. I know. I look, in my mind, I didn't realize how rare that was. In my mind, I was kind of just like, which I don't think it's, I mean, it's double prime, which I understand now. But in my mind, I was like, well, why would I settle for 10% all stat when I can get 13 main stat? Then someone to explain to me that all stat Essentially, that would have been like 12% dex, they said, which I'm assuming is I'm gonna trust them on this. I'm not gonna research it. I'm just gonna trust them on this. So technically, though, that means if I would have gotten 13% dex, it would have been better. It would have been better. Look, I was playing the long game. And then I ended up setting like for 7% all set. 8% crit damage. That's okay. I'm not worried about it. I'm still learning. I'm sure it won't be the first time. So, but to avoid another situation like that, I'm going to watch a video on familiars and what stats you're looking for before I record myself re-rolling it. Because I'm sure I'll make a mistake and someone will comment something about how I'm uneducated. So I would do my due diligence this time. Or I'll just make a mistake for the clickbait. I think you're supposed to roll boss damage, I want to say. I'm going to roll 2-line boss damage and then roll past it just to make people mad. And then pretend I didn't know. And if I do it, you guys can't tell anyone. Just put the clip on Reddit or something. And just leave out this context, obviously. Don't link them in the context. I do appreciate the backseating, though, unironically. I am not easily offended. So, if you need to call me dumb to get my attention, my feelings are not hurt. Also, please continue commenting on my arms when I play. Because that was the funniest thing I've seen in a while. So, someone said, you gotta be a sociopath. And that one hit. That one hit. Another guy said, yeah, let's not do hand cam again. Hand cam's gonna be a recurring thing now. Just for the people who really enjoyed it. And me, who really enjoys being insulted about it. Oh, man, it was so funny. Oh my, another 200? We might be able to get both my mastery cores at this rate. If it keeps giving me 200s. Okay, that's probably a lie. We're really far off from that. We need 3,000 more energy to do that. I don't think that's happening. Alright. This guy said MVP at 44, so I'm just going to head there now and start putting some of my familiars in. Oh, I still don't have enough. That kind of sucks. $34. Okay, let's, while our spotlights is clearing the map for us, let's activate this. There we go. Oh. Oh, what? Wait, this is completely different. Wait, what? I'm... Okay, I'm gonna have to turn up... Okay, I'm... So it literally just changes the... completely changes the ability. I really like how that looks. I like how the stars on... Oh, that's cute. It's stars and then the final hit's a heart. Well, I wasn't expecting to get this in an hour and a half. I'm gonna grind... Okay, no way, right? No way. If I grind 6 hours, there's no way I get enough for the Soul Seeker one, too. I don't think it's possible. It feels different, though, I will say. It feels so much different. The hitbox feels way bigger, though. I don't think it is, but it feels like it. I didn't realize the 6 job abilities change your abilities this much. Alright, let's see. Does it rank up? Dang. Alright. Let's keep going. That is 2 hours down. Oh, if I go, I think 3 more hours, I'll actually be able to level up. So I might just do that. Although my original was 6, so I guess I would have to do that anyways. But I'll just go until I level up at this point. Whether that be 6, 7, who knows. I am going to run out of 3Xs fairly soon. Alright, I'm going to take a break after this MVP ends. It's currently 4:14 in the morning. I do still want to finish this level before my live stream today. I think it's going to take me probably another 3 hours. So I may take a little bit of a nap and try to finish this level an hour or so before I go live, which is 3 p.m. EST. So I would have to wake up around 10, 11. I want to get that done. So that is the plan. That was like 25% in 3 hours. Right now it takes me 12 hours, although a lot of that was with a 3x. So maybe not. It probably is closer to 15, 16 hours per level. Assuming it would be significantly faster if I could full clear, which eventually I'll be able to. I think I'll be able to two-shot next week, depending on the event. I really need drop rate. I would honestly be happy. Well, I could get a familiar that gives me drop rate as well. Alright, after the spotlight, I am done for now. Alright, there we go. That is the end of this grind. Let's go open these node stones. And I think I have enough familiars to try to combine it again. Let's go try it out. Alright. I used 4 node stones already, so that was 15 node stones. 1 spotlight. See if I got enough to do this. Now that I'm looking at it, I don't think I did. Yeah, I did not. I'm just short. But that is okay. Alright, I ended up sleeping 4 hours. That a little less than expected, but we have gains to make. And when gains are to be had, we ignore sleep. Let me see if I can get a higher burning. 50! I rolled the wrong dice. What a dark, dark day. No. Okay. Pop one of these. It's not up because I wasn't on. Alright. Get started. Oh, I'm not on the right. Everything's falling apart. There we go. Chicken. It's been so long since I've gotten a chicken dance. And I'm gonna crush it. Sleep deprivation makes you better at chicken dance. Also getting a ton of downs in a row also makes you good at chicken dance. Is this gonna be a sub? No! It was so good and then it wasn't. I mean, it was a 34-second, I think. It's still a weak chicken dance, I'm gonna be honest. I was thinking about it last night when I was trying to sleep and couldn't. I think my game plan going forward is going to be... I'm going to make my Explorer Mages next. When the event starts, assuming we get some decent potions. And then I'm going to focus on the... I'm going to focus on getting things to 210. The really important buffs. Linkson Legion as well. Linkson Legion. The more important Linkson Legion that require 210. I'm going to mostly play on my AB, because I'm assuming the event's going to give me enough stats to be able to play on my AB and actually make decent rates. Which, honestly, these rates right now are not terrible, I think. I don't think 3% an hour is, like... maybe I'm super wrong here, but I don't think 3% an hour is, like, untrainable. We're just... Is it worse than most people get? Probably. Probably. But like I had mentioned earlier, I'm really in it for the Meso right now. I'm not too concerned with the experience anyways. The experience is just a product of trying to farm. I'm in it for the Meso and the 6 job resources. Now, I'm sure someone would say, is the time better spent on Legion still? Yes. Yes, it is. And I was definitely getting burned out. So, just going to focus on my AB for a little bit. And if the event makes me want to start Legion again, then I will do Legion. But if I get burned out, I won't play, or I'll just do dailies, and then I really won't make any progress. Essentially, the way I've been trying to do things, just personal-wise, is I'm trying to get to the next major boss every week right now. So the first week was CRA. Second week was Damien Lotus. Third week was Slime. This week will be Easy, Will, and Lucid. Now, I don't know if it's going to be possible to get to the next one next week, because I don't know. I think the next bosses up are technically normal Will and Lucid, and I don't know how far away I am for them. So I don't know if that'll be possible to get to in a week, but it will be a week, the first week of the event, which will greatly help, I'm sure. Especially because I'm assuming my damage is going to go up quite a bit when I get my Soul Seeker Mastery. Also, my 5th job abilities still aren't maxed. So if there's node stones, they're actually not even really close to max. They're all about a little over halfway, whereas at the start of the week, they were all about halfway. I've leveled them up quite a bit, but still a lot of room for improvement. So I imagine my damage will go up a ton when I get those maxed. And get my Mastery Core for Soul Seekers. I keep putting off starting my professions as well. Although, you can pretty much max out a profession in a day or two. So, it's not a big deal. I need to make a Meister Ring and start making WAPs. Meister Ring is not as important as WAPs right now. I really just need Meso really badly. Also, the more I farm, the more node stones I get, which that will help me make a bossing mule once I'm done with my main. The goal is to make a ton of CRA bossing mules, because I think they're pretty easy to make, especially if you make them with the main stat your main is. Then you have all the extra Legion pieces. Plus my substat is going to be strength, so I could technically do a bunch of strength classes as well. Here's 90%. So it'll be 2 more hours before I get the level up. Assuming I keep getting 3% every 30 minutes, so. I've been debating streaming more. Maplestory just feels hard to stream though, honestly. Especially if you don't have any chat engagement. Because I consider myself someone who never shuts up. But if I were to stream for 6 hours, there's no way I can consistently talk myself for 6 hours straight. 2 or 3 maybe. No way for 6 though. I mean, just as an example, so far I have about 4 hours of recordings for this grind, this grind session from last night and this morning. And I have about 2 hours and 20 minutes of talking. So I've talked quite a bit. But there's no way I can be interesting for 6 hours straight. Which I know you don't technically need to be. Also, it's much easier if you have stat to bounce off of. When you when you're a small creator who, which also the problem is I don't advertise, so that's my fault. 30 seconds, and then we will try to roll our familiar. Mystical familiar cards. I've been told that these just work like cubes for familiars. Many more. What am I doing? Nice. Okay. So now I'm assuming I roll for boss damage. I'm also gonna roll for drop rate. Oh. Well, I guess that's where I stop. I don't know, but I'm gonna stop there. I don't. Maybe you're supposed to aim for a higher percentage, but I'm just gonna stop there. I still have 26 of them, so I guess the only other thing I should do is gear up another one. And let's buy some more cubes too. So let's see if we can get this to tier up. Wow, first cube. Okay. We get another. Ooh, that's nice. 15% dex. Oh, they can only go to 15 star. I'm never gonna Decidus earrings to 17 though. Let's just do the ring. Stop being indecisive. Alright, no tier up, but that's fine. I actually got a decent damage increase there. Did I cross 17k stat with that? Yes, I did. Pretty huge. I was at 16.4 yesterday. Now I'm at 17.2. That is quite massive. Especially because I'm not even going for damage gains right now. I'm going for Mesa obtained or drop rate. So, very happy. This guy got 2 little Nezuko's. So jealous. Alright, never mind. No break for me. We just keep going. Another chicken dance. Honestly, I don't even know if this is faster than just training. And I just don't care. Okay, I do care a little bit. Oh. I I can't talk. I'm not putting this in the video. I'm not putting that in the video. That's embarrassing. Me from the future, don't do me like that. Don't put that in the video. Well, at least it's not going to do it, but it's going to get us really close. One more map clear. There we go. 262. Finally. That was a 5-hour grind. 5-hour grind for, I think, 40%. Alright, we are still gonna kill Will and Lucid. We're gonna do Lucid first. So this will be my first attempt at easy Lucid. So I'm gonna save my guild buffs for Will. Also, I'm significantly worse at the Will fight than the Lucid fight. Run is already going significantly worse than my practice runs, but that's okay. Oh wow, that actually killed me. I should have iframed it. I was on the portal, so I thought it was fine. I was not. This is going poorly. Oh, I thought it was an iframe. Alright, yeah. I'm gonna have to redo this run. I'm not happy with this run at all. Yeah, we're just gonna restart this fight. I'm like not focusing at all. Okay. Try that again. And not suck this time. Preferably. Thank you, thank you. I will try my best to keep up keep up the good content. I'm not providing it right now. I am choking so hard on this boss. Need to clear butterflies. Dragon. Bad time for dragon. I don't have enough time to clear butterflies. Hopefully they don't proc while I'm in the air. You're good. Oh no. I can't get to the portal. Yeah. Kind of just doomed there. I could have origined actually. Oh, I got telefragged. Falling apart again? Uh-oh. Had bomb on me. The dragons and the... I'm gonna die here. Yeah, to the golem. Alright, we restart. We try again. Gotta go buy more potions. Thank you, thank you. This is Hyperion. Alright. Try this. Where are my guild buffs? Oh, there. Wasted one of my abilities. Great way to start. Alright. Origin right off the bat. Forgot to roll my dice. How did I forget terms and conditions again? I don't know how I'm missing that key every time. I'm gonna iframe the dragon. I'm stuck. Walk through a sickle. Have bomb on me. I'm gonna iframe it, honestly. Actually, you know what? I don't think I did my Legion. You're probably right. Gonna 1 minute burst here. Still on my normal monster damage page. Have to clear butterflies. Yeah, I did get Ursus. Away from that mushroom. Okay, I can burst again here in a second. Okay, I can burst. iframe that. I missed a buff again somehow. Okay. Probably clear butterflies. This is easy. Unless you're me. Then it's... we can call it hard. But yeah, it's easy difficulty. Okay, I'm in a 1 minute burst here. Find work on her? Oh, it does. I just wanted to test that. I have to clear butterflies soon. Play it safe. Oh, wow. Teleported me right on top of the golem. Okay. Going to burst here. Oh no. Is it gonna be on this side? Does not look like it. Okay, I'm in a 1 minute burst. Okay, my next burst has origin, so could be... Ah, no, I don't want to die. Ah, my first death. That sucks. Could have jumped over this golem since I have the resistance. Link. Put it on this side? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to full burst here. Oh, I didn't have my one ability up yet. I'm gonna wait for it before I do anything. Okay, here we go. Oops, I did that in the wrong order. I was supposed to origin first. That's okay. It's not gonna be the biggest deal. Wait. Oh my, this entire time I didn't have Soul Seekers on. That's why my damage has been so bad. You've got to be kidding me. I was wondering why this boss felt so much harder. I didn't have Soul Seekers on. That is extremely annoying. How did I not check that? Yeah. I just noticed when I used... Oh my... I'm gonna have to go back in the VOD and see if I turned it off, and if I had it on at the beginning and turned it off or not. That's really annoying. Oh, that tilts me. Oh, and of course, I wasn't paying attention to not spiders, to butterflies, because I'm so tilted at myself for forgetting Seekers. That is so stupid. What a stupid mistake. Why are there so many golems? Okay. Well, let's burst. Oh, half my abilities aren't even up. Why am I bursting? I'm just so out of it now. I was sitting here wondering why my damage was so bad compared to my practice runs, and that explains it. No Seekers. Alright, well, let's see if I can make him come back in phase 2. Oh, platform broke from under me. Oh my, that's a lot of... Can't even break one of her HP bars. Oh, that's touch. I'm gonna have to do a butterfly phase. I can't talk. Okay, let's see. Okay, I gotta clear butterflies. Oh my. That is crazy. I'm just an iframe this bomb. Bombs have been the cause of all my deaths. Okay, I'm gonna try to 1 minute burst here, but she's probably gonna run away. Yep. I'm just gonna tank it since it gives me damage reduction. Crazy how much damage my 1 minute burst does with Seeker Zone. I mean, that's touch. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna full buff here. I'm gonna iframe this. Oh. I pressed it a little bit too late. At least I didn't consume it. The touch or lasers? Lasers. I gotta clear it. Butterflies. Alright. 1 minute burst. I can hit her with it. To be honest, I want to be on the top platform. I hate being on the bottom. The touch. Yep. Ah! I would have been dead there if this weren't easy. Oh. I didn't heal. Oops. I might as well wait for her to finish lasers. Alright. Full buff. A lot of golems. Nice. Pretty much my full burst on her. I hate being on the bottom platform for this, but I'm going to. Oh, she ran away anyways. Alright, I'm gonna have to clear butterflies soon. I'm gonna iframe this bomb. Okay, my 1 minute burst is up. Where did she go? She's lasering. Oh, she's touching. I almost trolled that one. You know, for a run that started with me not turning most of my damage on, not doing too bad. The lasers? There is. Clear this. And I have my bind. Wonder I should wait to... I'll 1 minute burst again, because I have bind. Or origin bind. Okay, I'm gonna bind her. Normal version here, 3, 4, 5. Get away. Good thing this is easy, because I would have been dead there. I would have been dead there as well. Alright, full buff. I just canceled my Mighty Mascot. That sucks. Oh, she dodged pretty much my entire burst as well. Not cool, Lucid. Nice little clear butterflies. Oh, wow. That dragon takes a long time to start his breath. I thought it was fine because I just activated my 10-second iframe. That was way longer than 10 seconds. Lasers, I assume? Yeah. Yeah, it was very risky. Did not pay off either. That's okay, we limit test a little bit. Was just gonna try to finish her, but I'll just play it safe. I don't think there's any way I really lose from here. Yeah, I crashed my PC. Turns out, I think what happened was, so the shot collar has an automatic timeout. Oh, I didn't realize she was doing touch. And my program kept... Essentially, I had a memory leak, because the thing kept shutting off, and then the program would look for the shot collar over and 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 over again. And then eventually it just got to the point where it took up all my memory and crashed my PC. I kept all of my like browsers and things kept crashing, and I was like, why is it doing that? And yeah, I played with it for a little bit and figured it out. So nothing I can do about it until I put in the work to fix it, and I don't feel like it. You just die, Lucid. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not even happy, honestly. I don't even feel good about this. This just feels bad. This is not a happy win. I did the first 10 minutes without Seekers. Nothing went well here, honestly. Nothing went well. I didn't bring a drop coupon either, but I don't think Easy drops anything that is worth a drop coupon. Yeah, I'm very, very disappointed in that fight. If I could go back time and redo it, I would. With Seekers on. Alright, hello. I cannot record an outro in the game right now, so I'm going to voice over my will run to close out this video. I failed my will run. I didn't want to include the entire run because the video is getting a little long. So, if you do want to see it, you can check my live tab on my YouTube channel, and you can see the entire stream there. I'm not happy with how the Lucid run went at all. I threw so many lives away, but it was my first time doing the boss in a while, so it is what it is. The event coming up, I am excited for. I think I'll be able to get some big gains, and then I think I will try Will again after that. I definitely can kill him as I am now. I played the fight really poorly as well. My bursts in phase 1 were really bad. So I think I can kill him. I might try to kill him before weekly reset, we'll see. Or right at the start of the event. Other than that, there's not much else to say. This was a pretty uneventful week. A lot of Legion again. But next week should be more exciting. So I thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all the likes and everything, especially the people that tuned into the live stream. There was actually about 12 people there. I was surprised. I'm going to let this video play out just with the will run to show you guys the ending. But thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you sometime soon. You knocked me back in. I'm dead. Oh, that's, I think, it for me. That hit me because I turned around. Oh, that's it. Yeah, I definitely need a little bit more practice on this guy. That'll be my only run of him today because I need guild buffs to be able to even have a chance. Also, this ice cream is spilling all over my desk. Yeah, honestly, I'm pretty happy for it for a first try. My only issue is it's so annoying to have to get to third phase so that I can practice third phase. Honestly, I pretty much have no practice on the third phase. Also, I really threw second phase there. I was doing really well for the first 60% of the boss, and then all of a sudden I started dying. I think it's because my sister brought me ice cream. I'm just going to say it was that.